Yo,
Hey, what's going on?
what's up?
Oh my God, that background,
It's dope.
that back all
I see you
sausage.
change your mind.
No, no,
Why
that
would
is
you
way
have that
too
much
much sausage.
sausage on hand?
Oh, that's horrible. What a horrible background.
Wow.
So, welcome to the new meta, episode 18. I am the P-Child.
I'm Lord Fluffy.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's been a crazy week, as I'm sure
Yeah.
you know.
It has been super busy.
Mm-hmm.
Super busy.
Mm-hmm.
We got so much content dropped today for not really the right stuff, but
Yeah.
so much content.
There's actually a decent amount of things to talk about for Diablo. I was actually surprised.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get into the other stuff in a minute. Where do you want to start?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to start because we'll forget it if we don't start with it. So every week we like to propose a question to you guys, the community.
Mhm.
And this, we were supposed to implement this question last week, but we forgot. But from Onion in Discord, he asks ideas for new game modes in other than rifts and bounties. I'd really like to hear what the community can come up with. So for next week, comment on YouTube, join the Discord, whatever. Tweet at us. Give us your ideas. That's what we want to hear. Getting that out of the way now because we just forget it if we don't.
I would love to hear some ideas for that too, because that's something that I can't really come up with either. Greater rifting is the end all be all, but I would love to hear some ideas.
Yeah. And then in other news, biggest news of the week probably for Diablo, Lord Fluffy himself will be at BlizzCon 2018.
It's about time.
Doesn't get better than that.
That's pretty awesome. So we're both going to be down there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time. Maybe we can do a podcast down there. I don't know how we could manage to get the equipment to record it.
It would be tough.
But, oh man, but it would be fun to pull something off.
Yeah, we could easily record it there. Just couldn't live stream it there probably.
Right. So that's awesome, man. Congrats on getting that ticket.
Yeah.
Securing the ticket. I'm so excited. I've never been to any con. So this will be my first.
Yeah, it'll be the same.
This will be my first. I kind of have an idea what to expect, but being there in person just seems like it's a whole nother level.
Yeah. I really don't know what to expect because I don't really watch videos on cons or anything like that either.
If they dropped D4 and we're there live, and that would be so awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some content. Yeah. We have to.
God, I hope so much that they approve the media pass so that we can actually film and react and stuff.
Film and do it. Yeah, that would be so cool, man. If you're listening, Blizzard,
please do it.
Please. And in other news, the season end date is 12 days away. It's 12 days.
Yeah. We finally got that. And with this, the other really interesting, we knew they stuck to their guns, right? So we knew at the start of the season, this was the first season ever that we knew the season end date before the season even started, which was a nice change of pace.
Yep.
And they stuck to it, because they kind of said well, it could be anything, Or we're hoping for September 16th, but they're like, no, it's September 16th. But what's interesting here is the season 15 start date is 4 days later.
4 flipping days off, guys.
And some of you might read that and be like, oh, well, no, it's 5. But no, it's 4 because it ends on Sunday at 5 and it starts Friday. So it's you really only have 4 days.
Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about that, man. I'm conflicted. I personally would like more of a break. I think it kind of doesn't give you time to experiment in the off season with things to help pick out the main you're going to play next season. I don't think, obviously, that's not enough time for them to PTR anything. So PTR, we're getting 12.4, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the 4th iteration of season 12?
Yeah.
I don't see how they could just surprise throw some changes in there. No. I mean, I'm still hoping for it, but I don't see how that's possible.
Right.
And then So I don't know, man, I think it kills hype. I don't think you have
there's not as much build up, right?
Yeah, you don't have the 2 weeks in between the seasons to hype it up and say, yo, season starting next week, season starting in 4 days, season starting, you don't have all that. And I think it's going to just kind of make this season string into the other season.
Yeah.
The reason I might think that they're doing that, though, is if the season runs exactly 3 months, it's going to put that end date right before Christmas.
Right. And that's...
It's going to... Yeah, it's got to. And if there are some announcements at BlizzCon, they want to have time for whatever may come, expansion. If whatever's going to come,
sure,
they want people to be able to buy it before Christmas.
Sure.
4 days before Christmas, though, if it's a 3 month season, it's going to end 4 days before Christmas. Like, that's not prime time buying season for Christmas gifts. It would need to be out by Thanksgiving, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would have, and I hear that, like, so the season, maybe they're starting it early because they want to end it at a proper time. But I feel like a better solution would have just been a slightly shorter season. Like, people have been asking for shorter seasons. Like, this is a good opportunity to try that. Maybe do like a 2 month season or whatever. Or extend the non-season duration, the break that we get.
Yeah. But they didn't say the end date yet.
Though. Yeah, that's true. They probably won't say that. They'll probably say that with the theme season post, I would assume.
Yeah, I would assume so too. But so they still could do a shortened season, maybe. Yeah. What if they ended the season October 31st? A day before BlizzCon? What?
But how shitty would that be if we're at BlizzCon and they're like, hey, playable now is a new Diablo.
If they did that, I would be pissed. I'd be like, well, peace out. I'm going back to the hotel room. I brought the laptop. We're throwing down.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh man, trying to stream on hotel Wi-Fi.
Right.
So
I hate this. But I hate this.
Yeah.
So I kind of planned my vacation around this. Like, it kind of worked out. So like, the guy I'm getting my motorbike from in Morocco, he only has it for the week of like 16th through like the 20th, 21st or whatever. Like, that's the only time he can do it because he does like guided tours with people, and he uses those bikes. So that's the only week I could get it. I was like, well, this will work out great because I'll miss the last 2 days of season 14, but I'll be gone and back just in time for the start of season 15. Like this is gonna work out perfectly. And then, sure enough, the first time ever in Diablo history, we're
they do a 4 day season.
Days in between seasons. And I'm not going to be here. So I'm not going to be here for the start of season 15, which really sucks. So I can't do my 24-hour stream.
But the good news is there's no new content, probably. You know what I mean? For you. I'm not saying for us, but for you. Because think about what if they would have said 4 day break. Oh, and by the way, here's some patch notes. Like, then you literally would have been upset. Right. I don't think we're going to get anything new. God, I'm so disappointed too at that. But I'm disappointed for that, but I'm excited for BlizzCon because I really do think we're gonna get something for Diablo 3 at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
With it coming to Switch, I don't think we're gonna get something like now, but I think it's gonna say we're working on this expansion. I really think we're gonna get a full-fledged expansion for Diablo 3. I don't have any real reason for that. My gut is saying like I think we're gonna get it. Yeah. Maybe it's like my dreams. Like I'm hoping we get it, but I really think so.
Yeah, I think there's definitely content on the way for Diablo 3. I don't think there's any reason. I don't know if it'll be a full-fledged expansion or not, but I'm hopeful.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, but the other part of this is like it doesn't suck just because like I'm gonna be gone. It just sucks because like 4 days is just too short. So it's like.
Right.
All those people that maybe went ham all season, like maybe they use those 2 weeks to like catch back up on like real life stuff, decompress, right. And it seems crazy to me. So if you're playing really hard all season, and then it ends on you grind your face off to try to get that perfect fish like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and
you don't even get that weekend of sleep. Not even that one weekend
of your hard work is done, and then 4 days later you're starting a brand new character and. It's just like, man, I don't know. That just kind of sucks.
Yeah. The timing has to be because they're trying to line up something. They gave us an end date. They're giving us a start date. they're giving us a 4-day break. Like, in my mind, they are trying to streamline something, whether it's the drop of Switch, Diablo 3 on Switch, so they can get Diablo 3 season on Switch lined up, or they're trying to time something. It seems something's, you know, they're like, okay, we got to get this date. And then they're like, well, how are we going to do that? 4-day season break. There we go. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
either.
But Diablo is 50% off right now.
Yeah.
So if you want a copy for yourself or your friend or your wife or girlfriend or kid or whatever, 50% off. I think that's PC only. I don't think that includes consoles.
I think that's right.
But
which you should play on PC anyways, guys.
Right. It can run on a potato. I legitimately think you could, stick a CD in a potato.
This is an exception. Like, to me, this is crazy because it's like you get $20 for the both expansion, or one expansion plus the base game, and then it's another $10 to get Necro. Like $30 for the amount of hours that we've spent in this game. Can you think of a better value in gaming history for yourself than Diablo? Like, people always come and stream and are like, is this game worth it? I'm like, yeah, it is, just a little bit.
And I have this conversation frequently. Like, this is a once a month conversation, I'm sure. And people have thrown a couple things out, but to me, for hours played, it's hard to beat. It's
impossible to beat for me.
For the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about this. If we go to the movies now, movie tickets are $18 a piece in St. Louis.
Right.
In St. Louis. And if you go to like New York or LA or like other bigger cities, they're even more.
Yeah.
But $18 a ticket. So that's $36 just to get in the door. Concessions are absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
So it's $20 for like a popcorn or a drink and nachos, or popcorn and nachos.
Sure.
So you're looking at $60 just to go to the movies.
Right.
You could spend $30. A movie is less than 2 hours usually. 2 hours of entertainment for $60, or spend $30, spend half that, and you got, like, I would say at a bare minimum 200 hours, maybe even thousands. Like, I have probably 3,000 hours played. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know. It's probably more than that even. So
yeah,
for $30,
it's insane.
I mean, talk about a cheap date.
This is just what they call value,
Yeah. So it's hard to compete with, and it's really cool. But usually when they have the sale, they do a band wave.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Or kind of. But I mean,
they have in the past. They do a 50%
what consists
off,
of a band wave?
And then do a big band wave.
How many people does it take to be a band wave?
I mean, I'm thinking so they'll usually do like a sale, and then they end the sale, and then they do the band wave to like really stick it to which is awesome.
So are they telling the botters when it goes on sale, like, hey, buy an extra copy now, buddy, you're about to get I mean, you think they would learn, right? They're like, oh, it's on sale, shit, let me buy another copy. I'm about to lose it.
Right.
I don't know. The band waves have been pretty small. Like, we haven't had a huge band wave in a long time, but I hope so. Yeah. I don't know when the sale's gonna end. I don't know if the sale has a end date scheduled.
Yeah. I want to say the last like reasonable band wave was season 9, where it was
where they got hundreds of people. Yeah, it was big.
And this one, the one they did most recently, I mean, it's probably one of the bigger ones we've seen in a while, but it was still pretty small.
I mean, it was, it's hard to say. We don't have metrics, so maybe there were a lot of bots that weren't on leaderboards and things. That's the only metric we really have is leaderboard.
It would be kind of cool though if they did release the metrics. Like, they're like, hey, we did bandwidth today. 30 people.
They have in the past, didn't they?
I don't think so.
Yeah. For some reason, I think in like season 4, 5, 6, like one of the early Reaper of Souls seasons, they were like, we banned hundreds of accounts today or something. Maybe it was just an article I read, but I remember being some pretty big band waves and going, oh, gotcha. And I think they did for Overwatch. When Overwatch very first dropped, I remember there was an aimbot that people were using that made you basically play like Soldier 76's super all the time.
Yeah.
And they, in the first 48 hours, they banned like, oh my God, it was insane, the number of people. Damn. And then everybody was crying, I didn't bot. I just swear, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me, it's my brother Chris.
Which is a whole nother subject. Like, when you see I read a post, a WoW post yesterday, actually. And in this WoW post, this person claims it's always some sob story, but my boyfriend's disabled and he plays WoW because he can't do anything and he got banned and he doesn't cheat. He can barely even run a computer and this and that. And it's like, when you hear stories like that, do you believe the person or do you think, yeah, right? What's your natural reaction? Because I want to see if yours matches mine.
My natural reaction is always skeptical as fuck. Like, always. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, get the F out of here. Right. They're like, we got a 48-hour ban and we didn't think anything of it because, we didn't do anything wrong. Sure. So, and I'm like, no.
Right.
It's like, if you got a 48-hour ban, you would figure out, why did I get this 48-hour ban?
It's and that, like, we come back to Diablo, and like when people are like, no man, it's legit, they got like, so say it's the start of the season, they have like 18-hour uptime, like, no man, I'm legit, I don't have a job, blah blah blah. Like, I want to believe him, but then they have like a Crusader on their account that has like 90% of that uptime. Right. It's just like, which is like telltale bottom. Right. It's like, I hate the people that are like, they're at the top of the necro board, but like 90% of their playtime is on a Crusader. And there is, like, you cannot argue why the heck you be playing that Crusader so much, because it's not like Crusader's the best key farmer. It's just not. Necro is better at key farming than Crusader. So why do you have so many hours played on a Crusader? Like, it's just like, come on, like, you're so obviously botting.
Yeah.
But anyway,
but I do believe in false positives. So like, I'm not saying everybody's a liar. I'm 100% sure that some people get caught in the crossfires from time to time. But it's always the posts that are like, I can barely even turn a computer on. I don't know how to bot. And it's like when they start to like over justify like their lack of computer skill. It's like, well, you're kind of like making me think that you're a cheater at this point. Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. The 22-hour uptime is a thing that gets me. And you have people that are like, oh, you can do it. You can do it. And I'm like, no, you can't. You can't run 22 hours a day for 3 months. I don't care who you are. Like, I run on very little sleep.
Sure.
And I'm miserable sometimes. Yeah. Like, there are times where I'm at work and I'm just like, I am so miserably tired that I think like, what am I doing? I got to get some sleep, And if I were playing a game, I would be like, fuck this. I'm going to get some sleep today. Like, there's no way you could keep that 22 hours.
I will say, so, like, I am crazy hardcore. When a game first comes out, like, I can I'll do the 22 hours uptime, like, the first week. But, there's no maintaining that. You just can't keep that going. Like, you just go comatose at some point.
I could see somebody for 2 weeks, maybe.
Sure.
3 weeks.
And you can definitely maintain 15, like, especially if it's new content. But we're talking about, Diablo. This is like the third season. We've had this fourth season.
A year. It'll be a year with the same meta.
And you're still going 15-hour plus a day. Like, it just, it's immediately like.
It's not like 15. I can be like, all right, maybe. You're kind of crazy. You're crazy, but maybe.
15 hours 20, a day, but then there's a Crusader on your account with all that playtime. I'm immediately skeptical.
20 hours though a day, I don't believe.
No way.
4 hours of
all
sleep.
Season.
You got to shout. No. You got to shower. You got to go to the grocery store. You got to pay your bills.
Yeah.
And if you don't have to pay your bills or go to the grocery store because your mom's doing it for you, what is she doing supporting this habit? I don't understand. Kick your ass out of the house.
And especially in Diablo, because it's not like there's some crazy reward other than bragging rights to be at the top of the leaderboard. Like,
right. Anyway. So it's just funny. It's side rant. It's just funny. People justifying it.
Right.
But we did have more Diablo leaky news. Perhaps one of the multiple Diablo projects is a Netflix series.
Yeah. So I guess I'll pull it up.
I'm kind of like, I'm okay with that. Like, as long as we get a game, I'm okay with it. If we get a game, I'm excited. If it's like Diablo on Switch and a Netflix series and a comic book, and like that's our content, I'm disappointed.
Right.
But if we get a game announcement or expansion announcement, I'm cool.
But yeah,
I'm excited. Like, I would be excited for this.
The announcement is Diablo could be working on a Netflix series, according to Revenge of the Fans website. Hellboy writer Andrew Cosby has been asked to write a rumored Diablo Netflix series. So it'd be like probably like an animated thing. kind of like, I guess it's kind of like the Castlevania.
So I have
that.
seen the Castlevania thing. That's like a anime series.
Yeah.
It looks like an anime series. I haven't actually watched it, but I was kind of getting my hopes up when I first heard it for a live action series. Like I wanted like real people.
What? No way.
Yeah, man.
Because that would just come off as cheesy, man. It'd be like,
no, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
not if they did it right.
Because World of Warcraft was like that for me. It was kind of just like this.
It was so WoW was so good.
Thing.
We can have this debate against it. The WoW movie was so good. It was so good.
Yeah. Keep it.
Come out of the closet, man. Come out of the closet. We know you love WoW. I don't know. I would be excited for it. I would definitely watch it though. I mean,
yeah, sure.
I'd be into it. And if it was good,
yeah. I mean, anything, and that's the other thing is like, it seems awfully suspicious that they're just getting all these people hyped up for Diablo. I mean, obviously, this is like a clear indication that the Diablo 4 announcement is coming, but I also kind of feel like they're getting people hyped up now. So like, why would they? Unless there's something for Diablo.
Unless there's something, right? You know, something's in the works.
But another hint of that, moving on real quick, is there's this comic book website.
Is this still live? Is this, they haven't changed this wording?
Yeah. It's like some app, I guess, on your phone, like for comic people. This like says that blah 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 blah, but with a new Diablo game confirmed by Blizzard, there's never been a better time to go to hell. It's like they're talking about the comic or whatever, the future comic of Diablo coming out. But they say with a new Diablo game confirmed by Blizzard. When was this?
Is that clickbait? Is that,
or like just insider info and someone's an idiot? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know how many views this page probably got because of that wording?
I have no idea.
Somebody could be really smart or somebody's really stupid,
right?
And leaked it. You know?
Yeah.
There's like, it's either the greatest clickbait of all time or oops.
That's awfully.
You probably lost your job.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like that Forbes thing though from forever ago. I think we talked about it on like one of the first podcasts, but like Forbes was like, you know, they're expected to have growth with a new Diablo.
Oh yeah, a new project or something. Right. Yeah, I do remember that. And this kind of stuff happened with Destiny also. When Destiny 2 was not officially confirmed, but you know, everybody's speculating, and just like we're doing with Diablo 4. The first actual confirmation they got was from a toy vendor. So they were making these little Destiny figurines, and they put on their website something. It was basically a story spoiler, and they told the very first story mission of Destiny 2, and it immediately took it down. And it's like, was that purposely planned, leaked, or was it a screw up? Why would you tell a toy vendor the storyline anyways? Like, they don't need to know it. Just be like, hey, we need these characters. Here's some concepts from our artists. Make these toys, you know?
I feel like these leaks are so deliberate. Like 90% of the time. It's just like they're trying to get free feelers, you know, out there. And like Black Ops just did this thing where, you know, they leaked. I mean, they didn't really leak. They like basically DM'd their content creators like with a photo of like the new Blackout map, a piece of a photo, and then all the content creators had to like piece their photos together.
Piece it together,
right? Like that's cool. That's cool as shit.
That is cool.
Build the hype. You know, support your content creators.
Unless you're one of the small content creators that didn't get picked, then you're like, this is some bullshit.
I mean,
you know?
Yeah.
I get it. You know, they're in the sales game too.
Shit.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. But yeah, that's cool. And other games have done that type of hype too, you know?
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I think a lot of these leaks have to be purposely done.
Sure.
It makes hype for the game. It's free publicity. Why would they not?
Right.
Why would they not do it? Why would they not do it? Speaking of other games, is there any more Diablo stuff you wanted to hit up before we change subjects?
Oh, the new season starter sets.
Oh, yeah. They're the same rotation every season. Yeah.
But people keep asking about it, so we should just cover that real quick.
Yeah. Let's pull those up and take a look at them.
Let me pull it up. Okay. So if you guys didn't know, the season sets like go through rotation. So this season will be the same as season 11, which is actually really good news for like most of the classes. So Barb's going to get Wrath of the Waste, which isn't necessarily the best for solo, but you use it for rats, so that's great.
Yeah.
Roland's is arguably the worst Crusader set, so that sucks for them. But I mean, Crusaders don't need any love. Screw those guys. UE
so much hate
for Shadow.
UE is amazing.
Or for Demon Hunter, which is the best starter set for Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
Thousand Storms for Monk. Sorry, guys. Rathma for Necro, which isn't necessarily the best for solo, but oh my god, like
for rats.
The TTY for the season is going to be an all-time low. It's time to rat. Okay, or TTR. Sorry. Like
you got wastes and rats.
Yeah, like you're going to be in.
You got a rat team in like the first 45 minutes of hitting 70.
Exactly. It's going to be insane. Like so, and that's why it pisses me off that I'm not going to be here because like so my season 24-hour seasonal stream last season I had like 870 Paragons for 24 hours, and like I could beat that this season with
for sure
these sets. Like I could maybe hit 1K. Who knows? So it fucking pisses me off big time. Anyways, Helltooth for Witch Doctor, which is one of the better speed sets.
It's their top sets. Yeah. I mean, it's their top set anyways. So yeah.
And Talrasha for Wiz, which is again a really good speed set.
A very, very good set. Yeah.
So it's like
it's a pretty good season all around.
Monk and Crusader.
Monk and Crusader are kind of pigeonholed so much into their sets, you know, that it you know, they're behind the 8 ball a little bit, but they'll catch up pretty fast. Crusaders is so powerful once you get the con stuff. You're just
it's ridiculous.
You're a beast.
But yeah.
But there you go. There it is.
There it is.
What are you gonna play next season?
I mean, I've already kind of. So I don't really know. What I was leaning towards when I was supposed to be here for this very first day of the season, it was like, yeah, we're going to start a Necro, we're going to do rats, and we're going to maybe try to hit that 1K mark after 24 hours, because it's like we start with rats, and it's going to be really juicy, and try to get like a pre-made team to do it with. But now that I won't be here for the start of the season, I mean, it's still kind of hard to ignore how powerful rat would be to put together at the start of a season. I don't know. Either way, I'm not going to be pushing Pestilence next season. I'm definitely be pushing like non-meta. I might play Necro again, and I might try to push with like Poison Scythe, see how far I can get. But I won't be pushing Pestilence again because there's really no point. Because I'm going to be pushing like a 118, maybe even 119 at the end of this season. So it's like there's just no point for me to play that again.
If we get this exact same season again, I honestly don't know that I'm going to play crazy hardcore. I will probably play a monk and just have fun with it. And if I'm having a good time, I'll play it. And if I start getting burned out, then I'll play Destiny or WoW or one of the other million games that are out there.
Right.
Just because it's like, dude, we're going on a year with the exact same stuff. It's like, come on, throw us a bone.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, probably going to do monk. It's so hard to get away from Crusader as far as like, you know, I do a lot of help viewer runs and help runs and things like that. And Crusader is like the ultimate class for that because it's just so powerful and
space bar, and you can engage with chat and
exactly. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I really wish that they would bump the waste set for Barbarian. I think that's such a good set, and it's not in the spot that I'm happy with. I'm like, bump that just a little bit.
That's one of the tricky thing though, because if they power creep Rats of the Waste, they'd have to be very deliberate about it because there are players out there, and there's that one guy we talk about every season,
who's really good. Who's
like in the top 10 with with Waste, and so like if they power creep that, they're really gonna have to keep like that one player in mind because I mean it could by all means be really really powerful in the right hands.
You're gonna get a DM from Blizzard. Could you please slow down, sir? Could you stop? So.
But
yeah, I'm with you. We had 2 things come out today. We had World of Warcraft got the Raid release and Mythic Plus release, I believe. I honestly have been loving BFA and WoW. It's been so much fun. I didn't pay a speck of attention to it though because Destiny 2 Forsaken launched today as well. And I'm a huge Destiny fan. And my face has been buried in the computer screen since noon. It dropped at noon. I played from noon with like bathroom breaks and stuffed food in my mouth breaks until I got ready for this podcast.
So you played with your son? Is that what I heard?
Yeah. So my 7-year-old. Oh, dude, he I let him stay home from school today. I'm such a bad dad. So I let him skip school.
What the?
Yeah. I let him skip school. I don't know if I'm bad or awesome, but I'm one of the two.
I mean, his eyes, I'm sure, awesome.
Yeah. So, and I did this at the start of Destiny 2 also. I let him skip school that day too.
Nice.
And we played, and it's the most fun I've had gaming, and I can't even tell you how long, man. The two of us were playing, and he's really good. Like, for his age, he's better than a lot of adults I've played with. And so we did the campaign, and we had a blast, and it was so much fun.
What makes this different than... I mean, I guess you always thought that it was kind of fun. But...
well, the vanilla sucked. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Like, vanilla Destiny had a good campaign story. It was okay. It wasn't the best ever, but it was okay. And then the end game just wasn't there. There was nothing to do. So the changes they've made in this 2.0 update, they redesigned the weapon system. They've made it more flexible to where you can kind of do what you want to do. And in turn, that balance changes PvP quite a bit because now you have one-hit weapon kills. They've added movement speed back to the game to where it's not like butt touching, group team shot everybody. The hero plays are back in the game. One person can go in and wreck 3 or 4 guys if he's skilled enough to do it, So that skill gap is there again. And as far as the PvE content, your loadouts seem more fun. There's not as much ammo problems as there was in the beginning. You can see the gameplay in the footage behind you. This guy's using a bow. The bows are amazingly fun. Like they implemented bows so well.
It's like Hanzo or some shit.
No, man, it's like yes and no. It just feels crispy. That's one thing that Destiny's always done right is the gunplay for Destiny is as good as any game ever. Like to pull the trigger and shoot something in Destiny is fun. It's just there weren't reasons to do it before, and there wasn't incentive to do it, and it just kind of takes it away. But their mechanics at a core are still fundamentally amazing. But yeah, man, it's just fun. The story's good. No spoilers, but they did some things to really draw to your emotions if you're a longtime Destiny fan that makes you want to play. And it's just great. PvP has been a lot of fun. They introduced some new PvP. It's a PvEvP game mode, the Gambit game mode, and that's fun to play.
What about PvE? Like, what's new there? Just new raids and shit? Or what?
So everything. Like, yeah, whole new campaign, new raid, new strikes, which are the equivalent of dungeons if you're a WoW player. Everything. I mean, it's basically just like BFA is to WoW. This is what it is to Destiny. Everything's done. Like all the old stuff that was in the game prior is now legacy, old content that you only do if you're bored and you just want to do it. So, yep. Cool, it's cool, man. Cool. It's fun. So tell me about WoW. You watched some WoW stuff today?
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I just didn't have time.
Yeah, you guys know I'm a longtime Quinn supporter, so I tuned in to his stream today while I was working. And it seems like there's some problems. There's some issues going on with the World of Warcraft. I guess there's some exploit that's, I guess, kind of widely known that allows people to get like crazy high eye level stuff. Like people are getting 400 eye level plus.
That's broken.
Being able to turn in somehow they're able to like finish out a key, like a Mythic Plus key or something, without having to do anything. I don't know how it works, but people are getting like. So
these people are going to get in trouble, I would assume. Like Blizzard's usually pretty stern about things like that.
I don't know, man. So yeah, people were talking about how
they've never let that slide.
Those people back, but then everyone in chat's like they've really never done like a gear rollback and a specific person rollback like that. I don't know that.
I've never seen them do a gear rollback. I've seen them suspend accounts or ban accounts before. Sure.
And they didn't do I mean, it's Diablo, but like so the people got like the crazy gem levels from the Natalia Necro thing. Like they didn't roll that shit back, so. I don't know. From the Natalia Necro thing. So I remember the Bone Ringer exploit, and they banned those people. Yeah, they banned those people. And then so was the potion snapshotting one? When Necro first came out, there was a bug that if you combined it with a Natalia, I don't know why I said Natalia, Demon Hunter, Mark for Death or whatever that thing is. Okay. Yeah. It would like one shot everything, so people could do like 140s, 150s, like speed times, and they were getting like crazy gem levels and stuff. And then Blizzard's like, we know this is an issue, stop doing it. And if they did it after that, some people got banned, but like everyone that like was doing it, like it was beforehand was okay. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they'll do about it, but I can't imagine, like, that is a 60 item level plus over the normal mythics that have been available prior to today.
Yeah.
And 60 item levels at this point in the expansion is ridiculously huge. Like, that is crazy gear. So, man, I don't know. If they don't do anything, I feel bad for not getting in on it. But at the same time, it's not worth risking your account.
Yeah.
You know?
You could definitely, like, if you're a full-time WoW player, like, if you'd be very salty. And Quinn was getting pretty salty about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would too.
But
so what did the raid look like? Did you see people
I
in
didn't
it?
see the raid at all. I saw some Mythic Plus stuff.
Yeah.
I still don't really understand how it works. It seems like people you get your, so I guess there's a bug with like the level that's dropping, so people do like a mythic and then they get like a level like 15 fucking key or some shit. For some reason, and then they have to like somehow they de-level it by like going in and out
and just failing. They're just failing, probably. Yeah.
And they have to like take it down to like a 5, but you can only enter an instance like 10 times before you get like locked out for an hour or some shit. So it's like all fucked up.
Yeah, that's weird. So I wonder if it's thinking that they completed a 15 and that's where they're getting this 400 gear, but the gear doesn't come to your chest until the next week.
I don't know.
So on reset, that's weird. I wonder how the exploit works.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mythic Plus basically works like if you're thinking of a Greater Rift, you go in and you put it on Mythic. I think a Mythic 0 will get you, when you complete it, it's going to give you a key based on how fast you completed it.
Right.
I think. And then you're going to take that key and it's going to have a random dungeon on it. So you don't get to choose the dungeon you get. Everybody's going to get a different dungeon usually. And then with like a +2 on it. And then you go to that dungeon that's on your key, you smash that +2, and then it will scale up just like a Greater Rift. If you beat it in so many minutes, then it gives you more levels. If you barely beat it, it'll go up 1, and if you fail it, it'll go down 1. You know, so.
Someone in chat just says the gear's from Legion chest, not current. Somehow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is kind of shitty from the WoW community, because like this was clearly an exploit that was discovered in beta and not reported. Yeah. So it's always kind of shitty when people do that. Like Quinn did something like that when they first discovered, like, I think it was like the heal monk and how powerful like the heal monk was.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah,
you're saying?
He kind of like, they kept his community, like kept some build under wraps, and then like so that it would make it to live, and that's shit stupid, because then like the game's never gonna trust the community to do like a PTR. It just hurts the community.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point. But they also over nerfed too. I think that's
true.
In the PTR, I think they over nerfed.
Blessed Shield.
Man, what necro build was it? There was a necro build too. I thought that they nerfed.
Yeah, so there was a necro build that was like it revolve around using Army of the Dead and just like spamming cooldowns with like, I don't know if it was Rathma. I want to say it was Rathma, but you could also have permanent uptime of not final service. What is that? Rathma Shield. You would be invulnerable.
Yeah. So, there's a couple that I think that
should have been nerfed into the
ground. It was Captain America. There was a Captain America build that was really, really strong, and it got pooped on because,
which makes no sense.
It's like, why? And if people wouldn't have said anything, it would have probably made it live.
Sure.
So sucks. Yeah. That's a set that I really want to get some love. I would love to see that be the top tier Crusader spec, but
yeah, I mean, they could easily do that. Just some number changes.
Right.
We could back up a bit.
Yeah, so we had Destiny came out, WoW came out with content. I guess we'll go with the PoE League next. And there's 2 other ones I want to talk about, but PoE came out. I watched a little bit of PoE, and it looked PoE-ish to me. I'm not a big PoE player, so it's hard for me to like really give insightful commentary on it, but it looked fun though from what I saw. It looked very Diablo-ish. If you're sick of Diablo and you want to try something, it's free. Like, this game is cost you nothing,
right?
So
I was genuinely surprised by the sheer popularity. Like, it was at like 40,000 viewers on Twitch, like, which is, I mean, for a game that's been out for such a long time, and a game that kind of looks as outdated as PoE
that's
does.
top 10 for sure, maybe top 5.
It's top. I think it's top row, so it's like top 5. So that's
crazy.
That's crazy awesome for them. And I mean, I think that also just goes to show, like, you know, if you love action RPGs,
ARPGs have a market.
It's Diablo and PoE. Like, that's all we have, and there's no question at this point, like, which game is more popular, especially given the current state. PoE is light years ahead of Diablo as far as popularity.
When 2.6.1 hit, Diablo had crazy numbers too.
I don't know. It was 40K though.
Oh man, it might have hit top row that first night. It was banging. It was definitely up there. Maybe not. I don't know, man. It was hard to say. I remember seeing it on front page for sure. If it wasn't the top row, it was definitely on the front page. And I remember thinking that's the first time I had seen it on the front page that I kind of ever remember ever.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then, you know, if they did patches frequently, like decent patches frequently, I think that the popularity would still be there.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, I've seen it now be under 1,000 in the total directory on Twitch frequently. Yeah. And it's like, man.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. It is sad for anyone that, you know, tries to stream Diablo and
yeah.
It's like, I'll log in and be like half the viewers of the game, which is just sad.
Yeah. It's the same. Yeah. So, but and then the other thing, I saw you playing some Overwatch, man. Tell me about your Overwatch.
Some of my real life friends, like, they just play a bunch of random shit, and so they have been playing some Overwatch because we're kind of like trying to prepare our PC aim for Black Ops 4 because we're definitely gonna play that when it comes out. So we played some Overwatch, and I haven't kept up to date on Overwatch at all. And there's a lot of new heroes since I played. I haven't played since like Doomfist first came out, and he was like the first one.
That's exact same for me. That's when I kind of stopped.
And now they have this hamster guy, man, and he's stupid fun to play. Like, he can, like, he's got the craziest mobility if you, like, you know, can handle trajectory and stuff like that with your wrecking ball, and it plays so fast. I've been having a lot of fun. It's still like, you know, team comp, and if you get up against like a pre-made at all, you're fucked. But
you get destroyed.
Yeah.
So Overwatch, to me, I never got into the competitive scene, and I know there's a huge competitive scene for Overwatch.
Yeah.
When I played with buddies, and some buddies were good and some buddies weren't good, you know, but we'd get together and we'd start playing.
Sure.
And I honestly could have cared less if I won the game or lost the game. I just had so much fun. And typically when we were going against a team that was good, or I was playing with people that were bad, my enjoyment came from picking out a person on the other team and just trying to make their life miserable. Do nothing but just kill that one player, and then get my friends to all target that one player, and we would just continuously try to kill him.
Yeah.
But there are so many ways that you can have, even if you're losing in Overwatch, you can still have a good time.
Right.
And I think that's one of the few games that does it well, because in Destiny, if you're getting smashed, it's not fun. And most, like, you know, World of Warcraft, if you go into a BG and you're getting smashed, it's just not fun. But in Overwatch, I was always able to make it, at least not every game, but even the ones where you're losing, you can still have a good time.
Sure.
So
yeah, it's tough.
You know, like like you and I are playing Overwatch, right? And we're getting smashed. I'm like, all right, we're getting smashed. Forget this. I'm going to get Reinhardt. You get on Bastion. We're going to hide in this corner and just smoke anybody that comes around the corner. Wow. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just fun. And it's like, all right, we're still going to lose, but we're going to make it fun.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So it's cool. I've had a good time. A hamster. And it's so weird too, because it's such a weird story. But so I have my new logo, right?
Yeah.
And the guy that made it for me, I was like, okay, you know, this is what I want. I want my current one, but just cleaned up like a lot, because I really liked my current one. But yeah, I was like, and you know, if you want free artistic reign, just make whatever you want. And so he made this. Let's see if I have it down on his documents. Yeah, he happened to make a hamster. So we've been like all about this hamster because Overwatch, man.
Yeah, just feed into it.
It was fate. It was fate that I discovered this hamster and tried to master it.
That's so funny. I didn't even know he was a thing. So that's how little I've kept up with Overwatch.
Yeah, same.
But someday maybe I'll have to reinstall it if I get time.
Right. It was a good time.
But yeah, that's been my thing. So I've been having so much fun in Destiny. That's going to eat up a lot of my free time. Mm-hmm. It's definitely going to pull some of my WoW time away. And I don't know, man. When season 15 hits, if hopefully we'll get some changes or something to make it fresh. But I think this is going to be the most casual season I've had in a long time. I think I'm going to log in and play until I'm not having fun, and then throw down something else.
I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that either. It's like Diablo's always that game. It's like it's going to be waiting for you. You can go play whatever you want. You can get on like the latest hype game, like the new World of Warcraft expansion or the new PoE League or
it's
Destiny
like you go ahead and have your side chick for a couple months. Yeah. You have your side chick, but I'll be right here for you.
Yeah, you're gonna come.
You're gonna be back.
So yeah, that's the great thing about Diablo is like you can be as filthy casual or as crazy hardcore as you want. It's up to you, really.
So were they leaking? I kind of like am jumping around a little bit, but you said that Treyarch was leaking BO Battle or Black Ops 4 stuff.
Yeah.
Is there going to be zombies in that now? So I'm hearing like zombie stuff. What's this? Like, why does every Black Ops game have a zombie? Is zombie mode fun? First off, like I'm not.
People love it.
Call of Duty or Black Ops player.
People love it. I don't particularly love it, but people do love the zombies, and like it
so
comes
this
back
is a PvE mode.
No. So in the battle royale for Black Ops 4, Blackout is what's called. They're gonna have there's gonna be some zombies like walking around. And
these are real people. These are players.
No, these are AI.
Okay.
Killing them obviously would expose where you are and stuff like that. Because like if you've ever played Fortnite, you hear some gunshots, like you go towards them, right? So it's kind of the same thing. They'll have like loot. They might be hard to kill, and they might if you get near them, they'll probably go after you, and so you have like no choice.
Right.
But I thought that was pretty interesting because it's kind of like maybe so there's like a red zone as far as I can tell. And like, what's that game? PUBG. And it's just like this random zone that like it'll hurt you if you're in it or something like that. It's kind of like that, but probably a little bit more intelligently done with these like zombies. They're just kind of like walking around at random, which is interesting.
Interesting.
And I thought that would be cool too, like what you say. So like maybe if you get killed by a zombie, you like have an option to like come back
to become the zombie.
As a zombie and like chase
How
other
cool would
players
that be?
down. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Because you could as a player, you could intelligently hide behind spots where people are going to come, and just sit there, crouch down, or whatever you do to stealth as a zombie. And when they come around, you're like, "Wah," and you just get them.
It'd be hilarious. And there'd be so many especially like say like ninjas, like, oh, I'm gonna play COD, and like everyone like stream snipes him, gets in that game, gets killed by a zombie, and Ninja has this like zombie horde,
zombie apocalypse, right? It's like
that'd be
World War
hilarious,
Z or whatever.
Dude.
That's interesting.
Then there's this like whole rapid fire question thing, which was pretty long, but it had a lot of good information in there, and I wrote down kind of some of like the key points. But they got with like one of the director, I think, this guy, the guy that was like, "This is Blackout," that guy.
Yeah.
But from what I could tell, so there's gonna be they only have two. You can only carry two primary weapons in Blackout, so similar to the arena style. You can only carry two guns, which I kind of like. I don't necessarily love in Fortnite where you can have like fucking 6 guns if you really wanted to. And it seems like a lot of pro players these days have at least 3 or 4 that they're running. Right. Which is it's a lot. It's a lot.
So would that include like I don't play these games much. Would that include like big heavy weapons like rocket launchers and grenade or things like that? So
I don't think it would include equipment, like so you could still like get grenades and stuff like that.
I got you. But only 2 guns.
Yeah, 2 guns. And that's it.
2 shooting things. That's cool.
It'll also like you can pick up the grappling hook, which was my favorite part of the arena, which is the guy named Ruin. He had a grappling hook, and you could like fly around the map. And I guess you can find that. It's kind of like the jetpack from Fortnite.
Yep.
You can find the grappling hook, which was great news to hear. There's going to be 4 vehicles at launch, from what it sounds like. There's going to be a boat, a helicopter, like an ATV, and then like some kind of Jeep/car.
Did we get a scope of the map size?
I think they said massive? At some point it was like 250 nuke towns or something. I don't even know. Like it's big.
250 nuke towns.
Whatever that means. I don't have the direct quote.
What is Nuketown from? Is that a
it's like it's the most popular Call of Duty map. Nuketown.
Okay. All right.
And then the final thing that I thought was interesting is that there absolutely no crossplay whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah.
How could they do that, man? Fortnite is killing it with that shit.
Yeah. But like on Fortnite, I feel like I don't know. yeah, once you start to play it more and more, and say you're on Xbox, like there's no way you want to go against PC players. You're just gonna get dominated.
People do well though that do it. And that's what I think too, because like I, as a primary PC player, I got some skill when I used to play Destiny 1. I put a lot of time in Destiny 1 on PlayStation, and my thumb skill was pretty good. I jumped back on a controller this weekend and tried to play, and oh god, I was so bad again because I haven't played in a long time. But the people that are really good with their thumbs, like I think they're at a disadvantage, but I've seen them destroy people.
Okay, but hang
I've
on.
seen it.
That's
I've seen
not,
it happen.
look, we're getting away from what I'm saying. So, yeah, I think, and I've done this many times, I genuinely believe, like in a shooter, a true shooter, where it's like, say it's COD, say it's Halo, say it's, you know, I think one of the first games that ever did cross-platform was Titanfall. And at Titanfall, I just absolutely dominated PC players. Absolutely, because I am a controller player. I was a pro player for Halo. I'm all about that controller life. But Fortnite's different, because Fortnite, you need like 1,000 different key bindings. And you just can't do that on a controller. You just cannot keep up. Yes, I've seen players be able to do it okay, but to play at that PC level, like someone building on a PC versus someone playing on a controller, it's night and day. It might be really like, wow, that guy's good for being on a controller, but like that caveat for being on a controller.
Yeah, for PC or for PS4, that dude's amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if I could only play on Xbox and I had to constantly get paired up against PC players, I'd be pretty upset because it'd be like, man, I can't even do, like, I'm just dead.
Yeah, but so the way Fortnite handles it is if you're Xbox, you only fight Xbox. But if your buddy's on PC and you group up, then you do the mix. And I think that's okay. Like, and for COD, there's no building. Like that would favor the controller player, don't you think?
I agree. But I mean, there's something about, like, we talked about this a few podcasts ago. Like the hardcore PC players, they don't care. Like they're gonna feel confident that they can go up against those auto aim controller players, right?
Yeah, 100%.
It's just the guys that aren't that good at PC. Those are the guys that are gonna have a problem getting beat by people that maybe aren't that good at controller, but because they have
But they won't know either way, though. That's the thing. Like, how do I mean? I guess if you see a dude spinning or something,
if there's a kill cam, you can probably guess like, oh, that
if there's a kill cam, you probably can, because his cursor will constantly stay at the same height as he turns and shit. You know, I don't know, man. I personally think that I would destroy anybody on a controller on most games. Like, you know, I'm confident in my mouse and keyboard skills. But so to me, it wouldn't bother me. Like if they told me that, hey, we're gonna make like Destiny 2 is my game, so we're gonna make Destiny 2 crossplay, I would be happy. I'm like, sweet, I got new blood. Not only do I have new blood, I get controller blood. I'm gonna get to pick on controller players. Right. This is gonna be amazing. Right. You know, I would be happy.
Same.
But it is what it is. It's just surprising to me because I think Fortnite is top dog. And Top Dog does it, and I think you have to compete with that if you want to dethrone them.
Right.
And I think this is a bad move by Treyarch. I really do.
I mean, I tend to agree. I forgot to mention, I guess it's going to start out with 80 players, but they said they have capability of going up to 115 if they...
Why? That's weird.
Don't know.
That makes me think hardware limitations on console.
Maybe.
Or network can, load, server load. Maybe they don't have the equipment.
Right.
Well, guys, if we took it to 100, it's going to cost us an extra 300 million in servers.
I don't know if is Fortnite peer to peer or is Fortnite like?
It's server based, 100%.
Really?
No. It's server. Yeah. The only game that's peer to peer, Destiny has a peer to peer model, and it's garbage. Like for a competitive shooter, you have to be.
COD's peer to peer as well. COD's.
Is it really?
Yeah, COD's always been peer to peer.
The new one is peer-to-peer?
Yep. COD's never been
100%?
Yep. COD has never been dedicated servers. They have, I think, at the best point, they had dedicated servers in the rotation, so you had a chance to get one, but most games were peer-to-peer.
So when you get shot behind walls, like that's got to happen all the time. Like there's got to be those crazy lag kills where you're just like, Did that happen to you on the beta? Where you're like, I was behind that wall.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's that peer-to-peer, man.
Yeah.
So that sucks. That would make, as a competitive shooting game, that's all it is. That is super surprising to me.
Right.
But whatever, they're $1 billion franchise. Do what you got to do.
But I thought those were interesting facts. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. So Black Ops 4 Blackout will be available, I think, as early as the 10th for PS4, and then the week after that, PC players get it. Which, again, I'm in Morocco. Could anything more happen while I'm out of the freaking country?
Yeah, unplug, man. Enjoy that vacation.
I know I will. I'm not gonna let it get in the way, but goddamn.
Chat just said that Destiny can use a controller, and that is 100% true.
Yeah.
And not only that, it feels fantastic on a controller.
Yeah.
I have Destiny 2 on PlayStation and on PC, and if you plug a controller in PC, you can plug your PlayStation controller in PC, and the buttons map. It looks just like a PlayStation. Like, you cannot tell that you're playing on a computer. It looks, except for graphically,
right,
it feels just like PlayStation. So
right.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So
I agree. That was like we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but like when Blackout said like, oh no controller support, I was like, man, because like that, like I want to play on a controller if I got to pick, because I'm obviously way better on a controller, but like I love the idea of like my gaming PC is like, I put my hard-earned money into this thing, and it's like this custom built machine, and I love it. And like to soup up the graphics like to the highest level, and then be able to plug in my controller, like it's the dream, right? Like not having to play on the crappy hardware they give you,
Yeah, and like the thing for me is like that, at least in my household, sold an extra copy of Destiny because my son is 7. He can't play with keyboard and mouse. He can basic, he can do basic stuff, get around, maybe do some low level stuff. But he runs the raid competitively, like the top tier content in the game he's able to do with me because the controller support and because it works so well. Mm-hmm. It's like they designed this game to work on a console, and then when they ported it to PC, it plays just like the console. So the controller guys aren't left out. And those guys that are like, hey, I want to crank the graphics to 10 million, they can do that. Sure. Like myself, you can pull it off.
So how do you, out of curiosity, how do you guys play together? So is he like in your stream room and he's got a PC in there and you got to kick him out or what?
No.
Do you guys like headset communication to each other?
Yeah.
In your own house?
So like I've been a gamer my whole life, and my kids are all gamers too. So each one of my kids has their own PlayStation and their own TV in their own room.
Goddamn.
But I also have a room set up for them with a PC. Like basically my hand-me-down PC parts when I upgrade, I keep for them. Yeah. So I have a machine that plays almost any game it's not maxed out settings, but it'll play any game at over 60 FPS. And so he's set up. So he has, the exact same headset I have. He has the same mouse and keyboard, like everything I have, he has the exact same of. Right on. And he sits up there and we get in Discord and he puts his headset on. I put my headset on and we talk, and I can even remote into his computer and see his screen. So if he gets stuck or lost on something, I can just pull his screen up and I'm like, oh, hey, you need to click on this or click on that.
Right on.
It's cool.
But does he play Diablo at all?
No, Diablo. I haven't got him set up on Diablo or WoW or anything like that. He's 7, so his reading is very basic. Sure. You know what I mean? He's not like, and like my daughter was like a bookworm. She can read so well, but he's like, a little behind probably. But it's just one of those things where it's kind of above, I think, his skill and desire at this point. Sure. And FPS is the world. Like Fortnite to kids is where it's at. Right. So him and his brother play Fortnite 24/7, and they beg me for skins every single day. Sure. And it's like, I'm like, no. So yeah, man, he plays Destiny. He enjoys the PvE content. He's into the story, and he likes PvP, and it's just fun. So much fun. Yeah. So someday when you pop out those babies.
Me? Hell no, dude.
They're you're gonna be like, well, son, nope. Here's my i9 from 2017. You can have this bad boy.
Nah, bro.
So
no kiddos here.
So yeah, I guess that's really all the news I got for Diablo and the games I've been playing. We got some Twitter questions. You want to jump into that? Yeah. You got more stuff you want to hit up?
No, let's take the Twitter questions. We might actually finish on time.
Well, we're still open. But Cleve says, what are the new season OP sets? So of those sets we talked about, what are the OP ones?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Rathma, 100%.
Okay, well, this is a two-part question for me. This is a two-part answer. So if you're looking to group, Barb and Necro. The starter sets are crazy OP. If you don't, it's clearly UE multi-shot.
Yeah. Multi-shot's the front runner for sure.
Yeah.
Rathma by itself solo is still
really
pretty
good.
viable.
Yeah, singularity speed is insane.
You can still knock that 70 out on day one.
Yeah.
You know. So that's my choices too.
Yeah.
And Whirlwind Barb is, oh man, I don't know. I haven't played it in so long. I think without the Paragon and stuff, like you might struggle a little bit to get into T13s on day one. But if you just find a rat buddy, and the hardest part about getting that rat team going is going to be getting a Necro Pestilence set.
But you got 3 Necros that can give up every piece.
That's what I'm saying. If you got, so somebody needs to, if you already have your team, nominate that one guy. And then everybody needs to just dump their Z-Necro stuff on them. Yep. And then that person in return can dump his Rathma stuff, distribute it between the team too. But yeah, UE is going, I think UE is going to take the cake, at least for the first couple hours.
Easily.
Until those rat,
I don't know
those rat teams start going.
There's any build that's as good as jumping into T13 as multi-shot, just straight out of the box. Like I want to say, like I love Necro and it's great, but nothing does
speed T13s for sure.
Like right out of the gate, as soon as you get just the right stuff in the right slot.
Last season with a con, that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
But a con sucks at T13. Like it's good, but it's not like crazy like some of the other classes are.
I mean the speed build that I run is okay. It's not as fast.
It's okay, yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Most people would be happy with it.
Sure. If you're playing a Crusader most of your time, I'm sure you're quite happy with how that build performs. But like as far as key farming goes, there's better classes.
But I did an 80 last season in the first 4 hours of the season started.
Sure. There's no denying how powerful Crusader is.
Like what? An 80? Yeah. An 80? Like get out of here, man. It's insane.
And we did that
I could have pushed higher.
Yeah. We did that with
I could have pushed higher.
Necro, like the start of last season, we took all our legendary gems out and all that shit. We did the unlock to 70 with time to spare. So it's like, Pestilence is insane.
It's so powerful. But yeah, multi-shot is where to go. And then play rat. Onion says, do you consider stash tabs with extra features on the cosmetic store pay to win? No, I don't personally. Stash space?
I mean, it's kind of a PoE directed question. So PoE, and you need to sometime try this game out.
I mean, this might be the season.
But PoE has this thing. So you get obviously you get stash for free, and you get quite a bit of it in PoE. But if you pay a little bit of money, you get like a way better stash. Like it's more organized. It like sorts everything and has like special places for special things. And it's not necessarily pay to win, but it's like, goddamn, playing without it really sucks. So
it's like could you get your upgraded stash with organization and filters and things like that for money? It's still not pay to see. Pay to win to me means power.
Right.
It means I can do a higher grade of rift level because I spent real money on this thing.
Sure.
Which kind of makes Necro fall into that category because of rats.
What, the Necros pay to win? You can't say that. I mean, that's ridiculous because if we're talking about content, like a character class locked behind, a content expansion for a game, like by that standard, Legion, like Demon Hunter's pay to win. Like it's stupid. Like it's just stupid.
But I don't know. On the smallest level,
sure,
I could see it. I could see it.
I see
your argument.
No, I get a little triggered by that because like I get it all the time because obviously I'm like a Necro main. Like people are like, oh, you're playing this pay to win class, so it's like but it's kind of a silly argument. But at the same time, I hate the idea. So like in PoE, like we were just talking about, where like they have a better stash. I don't necessarily love the idea of gating better game design behind cost. Like, so you didn't design the stash tab right the first time. Instead, when you finally got it right, like, we're not actually going to give this to you, but you can have it if you pay us.
Yeah.
I don't love that.
Yeah. And I'm with you. I agree that you can do everything else in the game on one of the other classes. By not having Necro, you're not locked out of doing any content in the game.
Sure.
So it's more of an experience, I guess,
Sure.
than anything. But no, I don't know, man. It's not. So the answer to the question is stash space, pay to win. It feels dirty, but I'm going to say no.
No, it's not pay. And in Diablo, where say it's just, you know, you get more stash tabs, is that pay to win at all? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's very like convenient and people would love it because like people want to save stuff for all their characters and stuff, but is it pay to win? Absolutely not.
Snuff says, when do you think season 13 will release? Or do you think we're going to continue to have 2.1 or 12.1, 12.2, 12.3?
Wait, season 13?
Yeah, he's jokingly saying that we haven't had season 13 yet. Gotcha. That we've only had 12.1, 12.2. I don't know, man. If we don't get it after 15, we're never going to.
I agree.
Because season 15
is BlizzCon.
Is BlizzCon and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And if we go through BlizzCon and they still don't update us, we're never going to get one. Then it's done. Like they're focusing 100% on future projects.
Yeah. But at least we'll know something after BlizzCon. At the very least, we'll know something.
Right.
It'll feel less bad.
Yeah. So hopefully after BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Mitten says, do you like mudkips? I don't even really know what that is. Like
a what?
Google tells me it's a Pokemon that's sensitive. Maybe loves things
like MUDKIP.
S. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. So the answer is I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
It evolves into Swampert.
Is it? There must be like maybe it's a meme. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Either.
I don't know either. Demonic Chris says, what was your most memorable childhood memory and why does it stick out to you? Jeez. Let me think of the first one I can think of. So I remember as a kid riding my bike down this hill way too fast and losing control and wrecking and knocking my front teeth out.
Dang.
And it sticks out to me because it was horrific. Like I still remember not being like, so I had one of those bikes that it's like, it's just a crappy kid's bike and you press backwards on the pedals to slam the brake on.
Yeah, for sure.
But those things, like the faster the tires go, the faster the pedals spin, right?
Yeah.
So as I'm going down this hill, I get so much momentum that my feet can't stay on the pedals, right? And they're spinning like a million miles an hour. And so as they're spinning, I can't get my feet back on them to hit the brake, and so I couldn't stop. And then I hit the bottom of the hill, which then was in a T, and went through the T. And luckily there wasn't a car coming, and I ate it, man. It was horrible. So that's what I remember. That's fun.
I don't know. Like so, as a kid, I wasn't allowed to have video games. Like as a kid, my parents were very conservative. And like they wouldn't let me watch like The Simpsons, and they wouldn't allow me to play video games and stuff. Yeah. So finally, through saving money, I was able to purchase like a little 13-inch TV and a Super Nintendo. Like I was because I'm old as fuck. Like I should have had an Atari. I should have had a Nintendo. You know, if we're talking about timelines here. But I didn't get a console until Super Nintendo.
Right?
Until I could like afford one with my own allowance. And when I like first got Legend of Zelda, and then I like was able to beat Legend of Zelda. I mean, that's such
that shit was
a
so
huge,
good,
momentous occasion in life. Which, I mean, there's a ton of childhood experiences, but if you ask me, like, what really sticks out, you know.
So let me ask you this question:
Sure.
After you beat it, and you saw that it kept track of how many times you saved and turned the console off, did you beat it with one save after that?
I don't think so.
I did, but I cheated. I just left the shit on pause for days at a time.
Oh no!
I didn't turn it off just to do it. But yeah, I'm with you. That was such a good
That eventually happened because I think I told this story before, but my friend's brother like peed on my Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, you did tell me.
And then
that.
I couldn't, I couldn't turn off the Super Nintendo with Zelda, or else it wouldn't save. So I think I eventually did that. But
I would have whooped that kid. I don't know how he's still alive. Oh man, I would have been like, listen, you're buying me a new Super Nintendo.
That was my whole world too, because like
I'm gonna take it out of your ass every day until you get me a new Super Nintendo, kid.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm sorry. Hex says, "What did you want to be when you were in high school, and did you become that?" So for me, when I didn't really know what I wanted to be, and I graduated high school, and I got this really shitty factory job for 3 months, and after the third month, I moved in with an acquaintance. It wasn't really a friend, but it was somebody I went to high school with. And I hated living with this kid. He was just, I don't know, disrespectful and irresponsible and annoying and an alcoholic and everything you could possibly not want in a roommate.
Sure.
So I lived with this shithole dude in a shithole trailer and worked at some crappy factory job. And I realized like this is not what I want to do with my life. And I vividly remember like calling my mom up crying like a little girl. Like,
how old?
You know,
how old?
I was 18. You know, I had just graduated high school. And then I'm like, and then so that's when I made the decision to go back to college.
Sure.
And do it. And so originally I went to college to become a PE teacher because I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I like sports. I played basketball and so, you know, I went and played basketball at a school and got some scholarship monies and did that thing. And it was cool, man. I had a good time. I had never finished up the teaching career. I switched into computers really soon after that and went down the IT world. But.
Yeah. I was kind of the same. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I kind of picked computer graphic design just on a whim. I don't remember why. And I had a scholarship for music. To go to like the junior college, which is actually one of the top junior colleges in the country. Johnson County Community College is a great school.
You played trombone? Would you play?
I did play trombone, yeah. My dad was a music teacher, so I didn't.
Did you really play trombone?
No,
did I really just guess that?
Yeah.
I totally guessed that, chat. I had no idea that that's what he played. I had no idea. But to make that funny, I'll admit something that I don't tell a lot of people. I played trumpet in high school.
Yeah.
I was pretty good.
No one ever played trumpet. How unique.
Yeah.
But no, and I kind of got lucky. Like I knew I was good at video games, and there's this like LAN center that opened up, and it had this little thing called Halo. So I started playing that like just all the time, and realized that I was actually really good. And then I did that for like 5-6 years. But I always knew, like I never really knew how to adult until I went back to school. Like I always knew at some point I was going to go back to school. Like there was just no question. Like I had to graduate from college. Like I didn't even know where life was supposed to go until I did that. Like I always knew I was going to go back. And it's finally like 2006, 2007 or something like that. I retired and went back to school.
Cool. Yeah. So I kind of, computer science. There you go, man. Me too. That's kind of how I did it. I was just naturally gifted with electronics and computers in general. And I was actually making money doing it without any professional training at all, to the point where I was actually installing servers for small businesses. And I'm like, why am I going to be a teacher? I'm making more now than I would as a teacher after 20 years of tenureship, you know?
Sad, but yeah.
So I just actually went and tested out of ridiculous amounts of credits for which they still charge you for. It's so stupid. But and that's kind of how I got into it myself. So
you got a computer science? You have a computer science degree? And you're in IT? How did that happen? Why would you not become a programmer?
I don't really like that avenue of it. I kind of yeah, that's a long story. It's long. It's long how I ended up where I'm at. It's just how it works. I'm more on the networking side of things now, like and like the server side. But yeah,
right on.
So
cool beans, dude.
That's what it is.
Is that our last question?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Holy crap! On time, like 6 minutes over. That's pretty good for us. Yeah. I know, 16 minutes.
16. Yeah, that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
So, my name is ThaPChild. If you want to see more of me, You can catch me on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all those things at ThaPChild.
Yeah. And I'm Lord underscore Fluffy. Double those underscores on the Twitter. That's it, dudes.
Peace out.
See you next
Catch
week.
you next week.
Peace.
Season or episode 19.
Yeah.